And we're live here, the Box to Box Radio podcast. I am Travis Carmichael. You hear the music by Sincerely Yours. This is the away leg. I'm so good, I don't need home field advantage. Again, shout out to one of the best bands in Austin, Sincerely Yours, working on their debut album. Sitting across from me is Travis A-Day, the semi-professional. Sitting to my left, Mason Carmichael, the professor. And sitting to my right, the prodigy himself, producer Chris. Guys, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and email our Twitter at B_B_radio. Our Instagram at box_to_box_radio. Facebook, simple box to box radio. And email us your away leg questions, or if you want to be on the show, at 90min at box2boxradio.com. We are on Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, and finally, yes, we are on YouTube. We don't have video yet, but all the audio is up. We're working to get some cameras. We'll start a GoFundMe. Again, producer Chris the Prodigy keeps breaking all the cameras because he's so beautiful and so tall and luscious with his 6'7" self. Guys, the away leg. How we feeling? Are we ready to hash it out? There is VAR, but I think we won't need it today.
There's no VAR.
There is VAR. I'm the king of the away leg. Producer Chris, yes, no, VAR? Yes, VAR. Thanks, producer Chris.
Yeah, I'm feeling loose. I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
Oh yeah, you're relaxed. You're doing your stretches. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm loose, man. I'm loose.
I don't think you've been this loose since your playing days, but all right, fair enough.
He's limber.
Producer Chris, it's okay. You're going to survive. He's dying. He is absolutely dying. He thinks we're funnier than our fans do. We appreciate all of his support. Mason, are you ready to go?
I mean, I guess.
What do you mean you guess? You are or you aren't? Because if you're not, you're going to get absolutely obliterated.
He's only here because someone wants to find.
Hold on. I distinctly remember last Wednesday we did an away leg where it was 2v1 the whole time, and I obliterated.
Yeah, you lost.
No, I didn't.
I want a fourth substitution.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Trav, what do you think? Fourth's up?
We're not going to talk about that again. But
fourth official.
Had I
medical crew. There you go.
There already is a fourth official, you knob.
Okay, what did you call me last week? That was very articulate.
Adult.
Google it. That sounds inappropriate.
Can you spell that, Trav?
Moving on here, the away leg. You idiots had your chance to make opening remarks. We're gonna move past that.
No, I'm gonna get back to myself. I'm proud to be back. And
he's like in charge or something.
And yes, sorry, Mace, I couldn't help you out last week.
It's okay. I didn't need any help, but
anyway, yeah. So
he needs a lot of help.
Good to be back. Good to be back with the boys on the Box to Box Radio podcast.
The boys,
guys, I am so excited today. I sat.
Can you just not hide it?
I'm gonna ignore that because he's an idiot.
You acknowledged it by ignoring it.
Trav, you're my favorite. This guy's an idiot. I don't know why you pay him, producer Chris. I'm going to take his salary. But anyway, guys, I sat in my lair at home and I was like,
with
what?
Pizza boxes strewn out across the floor.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I can do a nice Domino's pizza. Domino's, we love you. If you ever want to advertise on the show, let me know. So I thought in my cave and deep in my FIFA career with Mansfield Town, which are almost in the Premier League now, I thought of some really good questions. So guys, are we ready?
Let's do it.
Sure.
All right. Producer Chris, have your whistle and cards ready and the camera. VAR, it might get testy. We're going to start with an easy one, gentlemen. It was announced earlier this week that Henrik Mkhitaryan is not going to play in the Europa League final with Arsenal for political decisions. Obviously, Armenia and Azerbaijan have political tension. So he has chosen to stay at home for the protection and safety of him and his family. Gentlemen, how this pertains to the away leg, here's my question for you. First off, and it's a two-part question. First off, do you agree or disagree with his decision? Second off, whose responsibility is it to make sure that he's safe? Is it his own? Is it Arsenal's? Is it UEFA as a whole? Is it the hosting country? What do you guys think?
I agree with his decision to sit out because you can never risk a player's safety for one game, no matter how big the game is, because with things, the tensions as high as they are, with how much Azerbaijan hates people from Armenia, there's a very high probability if he plays that he could lose his life or at least get severely injured. And the question of whose responsibility is to protect the player, that's a hard question because I don't even know where to begin with. I think the easy answer would be like UEFA, but what are they going to do? Like Azerbaijan would be another answer too, but there's years and years of institutionalized racism towards Armenia. So For the first time ever on this podcast, I do not have a definitive answer for you.
Wow. That's impressive. I've stumped the chump, baby. Trav, can you give me something more concrete?
I agree with his decision to sit out. You never want to draw unneeded attention towards yourself, especially with him being Armenian. Had this been at a neutral site, obviously there wouldn't be that much tension, but I was thinking back to when the U.S. played Iraq in 2002, I believe.
Okay.
Or was that...
I think you're right. Yeah.
It was 2002. Yeah,
we'll go with it.
I remember seeing images of U.S. military personnel that were like stationed all around the stadium just in case anything had broken out, and that was at a neutral site, just between two nations that were at war at that time. But yeah, I definitely agree with Mkhitaryan's decision to stay home. I think it's best for his safety. And your question as to whose responsibility it would be to protect him, I think this might be an instance where perhaps the UN might get involved.
Okay.
But I think just to avoid at all costs, I think, Mkhitaryan should stay home.
So this is one of the first times in the away leg we're all in agreement. And obviously this question was based because it's very culturally relevant with the final happening this week. So I also agree with his decision. You can't fault the man because there are things that transcend the game, and safety is certainly one of them for him and his family. I think the responsibility is first and foremost on him, which is a little unfair, but him stepping up and saying, hey, it's not safe. I'm not going to risk that in my family. But also, Arsenal has supported this decision. I mean, Emery is a little disappointed, I think, because naturally you're missing one of your better players. But he has supported the decision and said it's his decision to make. And, I trust him and honor his professionalism. I think this is the main problem for me, is I think it's UEFA's responsibility to really protect him, whether that's more security at the stadium or help with travel or giving him personal bodyguards or whatever. But also, why is the final, because it's a nightmare, right? Being played in Azerbaijan with only a couple thousand fans from each team being allowed. There's one flight a week from London out to Azerbaijan. It's kind of a political nightmare. But no one has complained about this the entire time. It's just magically now that Arsenal and Chelsea are in the final, it's like, oh, this is ridiculous. You've known the entire time that it's going to be in Azerbaijan, and I think it's a horrible decision.
I'm going to refute that because Arsenal in the group stage played a club from Azerbaijan, and Mkhitaryan did not travel, and there was a big uproar about that.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying necessarily that. I'm saying as a whole, now it's a problem for both clubs because if you take the Mkhitaryan thing away, and you say, well, both clubs are not happy that it's in Azerbaijan, and there's been talk to move it to Wembley and all sorts of stuff. But why is this just coming out that people aren't happy about it? I agree. It's a decision 100% based off money. It's a decision that UEFA has made because there's definitely that Azerbaijan said, hey, wink, wink, here's however much money we want to host a final. But there's no problems with it until the team actually makes the final. So I think people need to step up earlier and kind of voice their concerns. Obviously, Mkhitaryan is doing what he can, and we support him, and we hope he's safe. And I think moving forward, you have to be more realistic in terms of with FIFA and the World Cup selection and UEFA and the final destination selection. So that's my thing on that. We could go a million different directions. All right, gloves are going to come off now, boys. So we've agreed on the first topic. I don't think we're going to agree on the next one. Are you guys ready?
Let's hear it.
There's been a lot of discussion about managers at the national level and their nationality. My question to you, should it be required that the manager of a national team share the same nationality as the nation that they are coaching?
No.
Yes.
That comes down to institutionalized rights of any job, because you're going to deny someone a job that they're qualified for just because their nationality doesn't align with what you're looking for. That's unacceptable.
It's the same thing as a player being selected for the national team. You want to select the best in your country. It's the same thing. It's a pride thing.
It's different though, because with club teams, obviously they want to pick the best players available, and obviously unless your ownership has some sort of guideline about the nationality of players that you can select, like Chivas, they've only fielded Mexican players.
Right.
I think for national teams, obviously they have to select players that are of that nationality. So the manager is the one part of the team that you can search for outside of that one nationality. So like you look at England. English managers have notoriously been great. You have a bunch of Spanish managers. So are you telling me that only like Pep Guardiola would be allowed to coach the Spanish national team since he is probably the best Spanish manager?
Yeah, that would be ideal.
So then all these other greats would get swept aside.
No, because Guardiola wouldn't take that job, so you would go take someone that would specifically do the national team.
But like, here's my argument against that, right?
Okay.
So you're talking about, okay, well, the players have to be the same nationality to play for the national team,
Right.
Which is fair. That's a good point,
right?
But it's a supplement to their club career, right? Because they're getting paid more money to play club ball at the highest level, right?
Right.
You cannot coach a national team and a club team at the same time.
That's correct.
So,
well, you like legally you can, but it's a full-time job. Nightmare, right?
Yeah. So why then, if this is the coach's only chance to coach as a high level, would we tell him, sorry, Jurgen Klopp, you're a phenomenal coach, but you're not American, so you can't coach for the U.S.? That's stupid.
First off, that is a absolute daydream from you because Klopp will never, ever in his lifetime
Not if you
coach
institute
the
your
men's
rule,
national
then yeah,
team.
he won't.
He would
Correct.
never, ever take
Never
that.
vote for you for
So,
FIFA president.
here's my point. Look,
Me either.
Klinsmann comes into the national team. Great. He loses. What does it mean to him? It means nothing. He's not American. Doesn't mean anything.
Okay, but-
cool. I'm going to take this job because it's a cool job and it's great and they're offering me money. Doesn't mean anything. He's not American. Doesn't mean a
Okay,
thing.
But that's the exception to the rule.
No.
I see where you're coming from that.
It has to mean something. You have to be a part of the culture. And if you don't have coaches, so this also punishes the players who don't, or the countries who don't want to spend money in the coaching investment. And in the words of Mason Carmichael, be better. Spend the money, invest in your coaches, go get good coaching, hire a coach that is born in your nation.
Okay, so
And then have an organized system from top to bottom.
when Roberto Martinez made the quarterfinals with Belgium, he didn't care.
That's great. If he loses, do you think he's like, oh man, my country lost? Oh well.
He was
no,
very-
he's like,
he
man,
was very
this is
upset.
really good for my career.
No, he was very, very upset that the
yes,
Belgium
but it
team
doesn't
lost.
mean the same.
But are you familiar with the term?
So if he coached Spain, is it different?
No.
How?
But
How
listen,
is it not different? That's his
listen.
country.
Are you familiar with the phrase coaching up? Do you know what that means?
Yes.
So if you're able, let's say like your nation that you play for doesn't really have any good coaches in the pipeline because there's generations where there's not good coaches for that
Yeah,
country.
be better.
So why not go and get an international manager that is looking for a high-end job that could maybe win your country a World Cup? Because to me, a World Cup would win more than maybe a round of 16 exit with a guy that's worse at his job.
Right. But I agree. But this this is a long-term solution, and it makes you invest in the culture. It makes you invest in the coaching staff. It's better for the game, and it makes your federation better as a whole.
But
why would
it's
it not?
not-
You have to invest in local coaching.
It's not better for the game, though.
How is it not better for the game? You're investing in better local
Because-
coaches, and it grows the game because the coaching is better. Look at Iceland. Iceland has thrown money into the coaching staff, and they've been unbelievable as of late because they've invested the most out of any other country in their coaching staff.
But what makes the game of soccer different than every other sport in the entire world?
Please enlighten me, Professor.
No matter where you're from, no matter what economic background you come from, no matter what country you were born in, you have a chance to succeed at the highest level.
Yeah.
No,
You still do
No
at
ifs,
the
ands, or
club
buts about
level.
it. Okay, so what if there's a club coach that there's no, a good club coach, let's say he's from Germany, right? There's no open vacancies right now in any of the top club teams, and the only job he could take was a mid to lower level team. But the Netherlands job or the Italy job was open for him to take, right? A really, really high ranked, well established national team. Why would, if I'm that coach, why would I take a mid table job when I could maybe win a World Cup and show everybody how good of a coach I am with those nations? It doesn't matter that I'm not from there.
In the words
I
of Mason,
care enough because I'm employed.
In the words of Mason, be better. Be good enough to win the German national team job.
I have one example. Oscar Pareja.
Yeah.
He is Colombian.
Right.
Yeah.
He started his coaching career in the United States.
Okay.
And started in youth ranks. So he, for one, not American. He is very invested in the youth development. And he's even been quoted as saying, when he was the first team coach at FC Dallas, that a better youth system in America is obviously better for the national team. Not an American, and he is actively trying to make better the player pool in the U.S.
Right.
And he definitely dove into the culture, I think, in the U.S.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's one example. Also, Klinsmann, like you brought up earlier, he had a son here. His son is
His wife is American.
And yeah, his son is American, who is also in the player pool now. So do you not think that he was invested in the culture and invested in the development of younger players in the U.S.?
I'm just saying it's not the same. It's not the same as when you are coaching for the country that you were born in, that you want to represent.
Well, maybe that's
now if he
'cause
comes out and says, "I claim to be an American," like I am,
But
I'm
no,
an American.
he wasn't born here. It doesn't count. According to your rules, it doesn't count.
Correct.
But maybe it's just because you're so small-minded that if you were given a coaching job for another country, you wouldn't take it as seriously. And I don't think you should blanket that over every single coach in the world because that's ridiculous. Just because you couldn't handle it doesn't mean that anyone else could handle it.
That is atrocious. You've run out of things to say, so you're just throwing blank attacks. That's a valid point.
That's
low. That's low, even from your standards. Trav, what do you got?
That's a fair point.
That's atrocious.
Would there be a one-time switch of nationality for managers?
That's a better question than what he asked.
That's interesting.
And also, it's very easy once you establish residency in a country to get citizenship.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with that.
But they weren't born there.
But you are doing the work and you're actively saying, this is the country that it means the most to me. I'm going to seek citizenship so that I can coach the national team because this is the thing that means the most for me.
So
do you really think that Martinez, when he gets knocked out of the World Cup with Belgium, it means the same as if he was coaching the Spanish national team?
For him, yes, I do.
It cannot possibly.
It's about the character of the man.
It cannot possibly mean the same. And I think he's an unbelievable man and an unbelievable coach, but it's different because that is his country that he loves more than any other country because he was born there. It's a part of his identity.
But it doesn't matter because that's his job, that's his livelihood. He has to provide for his family. So obviously he's going to be invested. If he's willing to take the risk to take a job, he's going to be fully invested into that job and he's going to put everything on the line for that job to succeed and make his boss happy.
Yeah, and here's my retort to that too. So let's say Belgium draws Spain in the World Cup final. If Belgium beats Spain, is Martinez, I'm so sad that we beat Spain because I'm from there. Hell no. He's going to be ecstatic because he won the team that he coached for a World Cup final. He won them the trophy. You're stupid.
And it's the same thing you see in college all the time. College coaches take jobs and they end up playing their alma mater. And of course, they want to beat that team more than anyone else. So it's different.
I think it would mean more to the coaches to coach your local country.
Who cares if it means more?
You going to let me talk? Thanks. Appreciate it. This guy's a moron today. He has nothing to say that's logical. So he's just attacking people. It's great. I love it. So I think it would mean more to the coaches to to coach your national team. And also, this is the most important thing for me. It makes the federation spend money and develop their coaching staff. So it's going to make the game better because they're going to take more time like Iceland did. And Iceland has one of the better teams in Europe now because they spent time and they hired all the coaching staff and they did all the coaching education and they hired local coaches. And now they have an unbelievable national team.
You're right, but how long did that take? How long was that process?
It's a long process, but are we talking
exactly?
But are we talking about development, or are we talking about?
Look at what happened to Argentina in this past World Cup. They hired an Argentinian coach. What happened?
Yeah, was it the right guy, or did they just pick somebody on a whim?
Who was better in Argentina? Who was in Argentina?
So, in the words of Mason Carmichael, be better, spend the money.
It's not about spending money.
Put the coaching education in at the grassroots level to develop the coaches so that they are better. You can have a future.
You don't think one of the founding nations that's won World Cups before has put money into their coaching development?
No, I don't.
That's ridiculous.
Clearly, they don't have. You're saying they don't have top level coaches.
This is the country that produced Tata Martino, and you're thinking they don't have. And here's the other thing.
So go get him then.
He was unavailable because he coached for a club. That's my argument as well.
Great, then go woo him. It's the national team. You should want to take that job. That's the best job in the manager's eyes. Your
argument is unrealistic.
So what?
Because if you're at your dream club job and you're winning trophies, why would you leave a secure job to go do something uncertain?
Because it's your country, and nothing means more in the world than coaching for your national team.
I highly disagree.
Then you are an idiot because you've never been capped by the U.S. men's national team. So
neither have you.
No, but that would mean more than anything in the world. Like that is the dream, to be capped by your country.
So if that's the dream, then why do we have players that have never lived or stepped foot in the country that they play for now, but they do it because they're dual nationals and their parents are from that country.
Because they have ties to that country. And it means something to them.
It means something to Fabian Johnson to pull on the United States jersey.
I would hope so.
I would hope so also.
And if not, then why is he doing it? I think we shouldn't be a part of
Because it furthers his career and it gets him more money. That's all.
Selfish.
That's what the game's about nowadays.
That's weak. That's soft.
You're not being logical about this argument.
That's soft. You know it is. That's soft. Same thing as you talked about the other week, blaming the players.
But it's soft to
Take
restrict
responsibility on the players.
But it's soft. It's soft to restrict positions of head coaching at high levels just because that coach doesn't happen to share the same nationality.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it could mean as much to them. Because what if their countries pass them over and giving them the blind eye forever, and this is their chance to coach at the top level? You don't think that coach is going to be ecstatic to the team that gave him a shot?
It just doesn't mean the same.
I think that putting up more walls decreases the talent worldwide.
It does.
So
I disagree.
Anyway, also there have been a few that I can think of, a handful of Dutch national players that were actually born in Suriname in the north of South America.
Right.
So they were born there.
Ibrahim Afellay, I think, is one of them, yeah.
But they went to play for the Dutch. So are you saying if the Suriname national team...
No. If they're a dual national and this is the country that they choose, then that's their country. That's fine. That's the country they identify with. That is their home country. That's what means more to them. And that's what they want to choose to be. Then that's fine. Then that means like that's what's most important to them.
Do you know which federation that Suriname is a part of, Trav?
Please enlighten me.
They're part of CONCACAF, actually.
That's great.
Just a side note.
So, okay, what does that mean? That's great.
No, but
because what he said is actually a fact, and what you're saying is nonsense. So
that makes sense. This guy's just talking.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
That makes sense. Cool. That's great, guys. You guys are so intelligent. Here we go. Next question.
This is an American-based podcast. For all of our international guests, we can't have you on the show because it wouldn't mean as much.
Well, that's funny. See, he doesn't have anything smart to say, so he just attacks people. It's so funny what happens. He's so defensive.
I was poking holes in
your
logic
man,
right
you're the only one
great.
yelling this segment.
I love it.
That's true.
So, are you going to let me ask the next question or not?
Well, you're the host.
Do you guys want to ask another question, or are we done?
Yeah, why are you here? That's my question.
I don't know. Producer Chris, can I ask another question? Is that good?
Go for it,
okay,
Space
thanks,
Cadet.
Producer Chris. All right, so Travis, before he was talking absolute piles of rubbish, said something that was very interesting. Talked about what happens about a one-time transfer of nationality. So this happens a lot. You see guys trade nationality. So my question to you is, in your mind, when you look at players who have identified with one national team and then switched, who is the biggest ever trader in your mind? Who made the wrong choice? Who switched national teams and it infuriated people?
Giuseppe Rossi.
Exactly who I was going to say.
Great minds think alike.
Also,
he's one of my honorable mentions.
A name that comes to mind is Neven Subotic, but I wouldn't put that completely on his fault.
Yeah,
it was U.S. Soccer's fault.
It was Thomas Rongen was the one that did not call him up for, I believe it was the U20s, and it was at that time that he made the switch to Serbia.
Which nobody cares if you win anything with the U20. You just got to lock down the guys that are dual nationals.
Exactly. And so yeah, Rongen did not do his job. I tweeted at him one time about that.
Did he respond?
Yeah, he actually did respond, and
how'd that go?
He said something like, a personal attack, whatever, and like he just brushed it off, and I was like, okay, whatever, moron.
What a troll.
Wow, so he's like Mason. When you actually tell him he's not good at his job, he just kind of freaks out on you. For me,
I think he said something about like, we would have made him go to college or something, like attacking the NCAA or whatever. But
wow,
moron,
fired guy.
Yeah,
so
whatever, he's an idiot.
Well, he's coaching for North Carolina in the USL. Anyway,
for me, this is one that you guys didn't mention that sticks out. Giuseppe Rossi is definitely one of mine. Trader should have played for the U.S. Chose Italy. Didn't really play for Italy that much.
No, but it meant more for him to play for Italy.
He made the wrong choice.
It meant more.
I mean, for him personally, maybe that's the right choice. Who are you to judge?
Well, the question was who we think is the biggest trader, so it is for me to judge.
I think the biggest trader is Diego Costa. Diego Costa could have played for Brazil. He could have been great for Brazil, and he chose Spain instead, and he doesn't fit Spain's system, and he makes Spain a worse national team.
But maybe he felt like it meant more to him to play for Spain.
You're just whipping a dead horse because you have nothing else to talk about.
I think that's a strong shout.
Half of the French national team France was irate because a lot of the French national team players were born in African
Africa, yeah.
countries. And so French people were like, that's not fair. Like they're not French, which is stupid because they are French.
I agree. I think the biggest national team scapegoat of all time is Mesut Ozil. I think
His own federation hates him.
Yeah, when they win, Mesut Ozil's German. When they lose, he's an immigrant and he's Turkish, which is he ended up retiring from the national team because
Same
of
thing
it.
with Jerome Boateng too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Podolski was born in Poland also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
So
was.
was Miroslav Klose.
Miroslav Klose. That's
Yeah.
a good shout.
Yeah.
The Polish are not happy that he sided with the German national team. So it's very interesting when you look at a lot of these cases. I mean, obviously with a lot of the African players that come into France, and then obviously a lot of the Turkish and Polish players, like Gundogan is Turkish as well.
Yeah.
They come into the German national team when their parents immigrated over and became workforce kind of early on, and they chose the
Yeah.
players chose German nationality.
I've got 4 players that come to mind for the U.S. team that
All German
not
nationals. No?
not necessarily traitors. Well, one of them is considered a traitor by his home country, and you're going to be astounded by the player that I say.
Okay.
The other 3, I think they took the easy way out in picking the U.S.
Really? Okay. Enlighten me.
So Fabian Johnson's one. He's never really been one that's fought very hard for the badge. I mean, he's a guy that he saw an opportunity to play, and he took it, and he played.
I'm going to guess Jermaine Jones is one of them.
Jermaine Jones is the other one. Same thing, similar. And then Timmy Chandler's the third one.
Yeah, Frankenstein
All guys that came
didn't
in.
really want to be here.
Which I would argue in a separate question, they made the U.S. better as
True.
a national team.
For at least
and they
a
would not have
period
come
of time.
here if German national coach Jurgen Klinsmann hadn't have been the head coach of the United States. Travis.
True.
That's a fair
The
point.
one that's considered a traitor by his home country is Haitian international Josie Altidore.
Oh, that's interesting. What life would have been like if he chose Haiti? He would have been very good and never played in a World Cup. Do you think if he played for Haiti, Haiti would have made a World Cup? Do you think
I think
he
they
could
would
have
have made
qualified?
the Hex. I
Yeah.
don't know if they would have made the World Cup.
They would have made the Hex. Who else played? Who are the
Probably would have won a gold cup.
who are the best players for Haiti? The goalkeeper?
Stuart Sayus.
Johnny
No,
Johnny
it's,
Placide. Placide.
Yeah, it's a guy who used to play in France, isn't it?
Yeah, Johnny Placide. And then they have
I know they had Marcelin for a little bit, didn't
James
they?
Marshall is terrible though.
But he played in MLS, so it's like he's a professional.
Alexander was pretty good for them.
Oh yeah, he played for RSL for a long time.
He did.
Yeah.
They had a center back, Mishak Jerome, who used to play for Kansas City.
Yeah.
They have, oh man, one of their wingers is, my mind's going blank on his name. It's like Jean-Pierre something. He was really, really good.
They might have made the World Cup. Who did?
Gourou was really, really good. They had a right back who was a dual French national, who was a really good player, played in Belgium for a long time.
Who did Florent Maluda illegally play for in the Gold Cup?
Wasn't it Martinique?
Yes,
I
it
think
was
it was
Martin.
Martinique.
You're right.
They told him, they said, if you play him, you will forfeit the game. And
No,
they
but
said,
it
no,
meant-
we're going to play him.
But
Yeah.
but he should have been allowed to play because it meant more for him to play for Martinique than
No, because he
not.
played in a World Cup for France. You're an idiot. You're just
Yeah.
saying things to try to sound intelligent now.
Derek Etienne for the Red Bulls.
Derek
is
Etienne
Haitian.
Jr.
Ooh, he's good.
He's okay. Zachary,
What do you mean he's okay? He's
Zachary
good.
Haribo for the New England Revs. He plays for them
And
too.
also Andrew Jean Baptiste.
Jean Baptiste. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Remember him? He played for the Red Bulls and for Portland for a stint.
Man, Haiti's good.
And Chivas USA. Everybody drink.
Good old
you buy that
Chivas
jersey yet?
USA, man.
Nope. With Tony Lockheed as well, the New Zealand left back. Played for them too.
Yeah, and they had Charlie Joseph.
Nigel
for a little bit.
Rio Coker played for Chivas USA for a minute there.
Did the English legend.
Oh my.
So, all right, boys, that's enough of the nationality talk. We'll get into some good old what would you do if questions. I have one more question for you, and it's a big one. So we're gonna imagine here you are the manager of a top flight club.
Is it a national team club that I'm not
All
the
right.
nationality and I'm still their coach?
Can we shut his mic off for like 2 minutes, producer Chris? Because he's being an absolute
You,
moron.
you just got to push that button there on the side.
Yeah, push the button, Mason.
I'm okay, thanks.
It's a
Okay,
slider.
cool. Why do you pay him? I don't get it. He just talks in circles. Moron. Absolutely.
I just got a
Then
raise.
you're stupid for paying him. God, idiot.
He's rooting for chaos.
He's Team Chaos.
All right,
I'm
I'm
Team
gonna
Chaos,
ask the
too.
question. Maybe these idiots will shut up. Good night. So we'll say in this magical transfer realm, you have 10 transfer points to sign a front three. Okay?
10 transfer points.
10 transfer points to sign
For
a
Gryffindor.
front three. Yes. Here we go. Here are the levels of players. For 5 points, you can sign Messi, Ronaldo, or Neymar.
Pass.
Shut up. For 4 points, you can sign Mbappe, Lewandowski, Sergio Aguero. For 3 points, you can sign Mane, Salah, or Hazard. For 2 points, you can sign Bobby Firmino, Raheem Sterling, or Gareth Bale. And for 1 point, super, super cheap on the discount table, you can sign Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Marco Reus, or Kingsley Coman. Gentlemen, you have 10 FIFA points.
10 points.
10 trade points. Who's your front three?
I'm gonna need you to repeat the list.
One more time. You ready for the list?
I already got it. I'm fine.
Can
You
I?
just gotta add the
I'll
points.
repeat it. I'll
You should
repeat it
just
for
have
Trav.
him. Just have him add the points up for us. Be fine.
But that's what I'm saying. I can't.
Just here.
I can't remember.
Here you go. Here you go. I'm gonna write it. There you go. You can look at it.
Okay, so A-Day, how many points is Mo Salah? 3?
3. Yeah.
Yeah, put him in there.
Okay. So you got Mo.
Firmino's 2, right?
Yep.
How many is Mane?
You're gonna take the Liverpool 3?
Yeah.
You're kidding me. There's no one better in the world that you would take.
How many is
This is
Ma-
how stupid
Wait,
he is.
How many is Mane? 1 or
He's
2?
3.
3?
He's on the same scale as Mo.
So that's 8 points.
Yeah.
I got 2 left over to spend on the back line. Come on, baby. We're winning a championship.
God, this guy's an idiot. So you're telling me that there's nobody on the list that's better than either of those 3
Let
that
me
you
put,
would spend
let me
money.
put this in a term that you'll understand. Ready?
I would personally sell Bobby and buy Ronaldo,
Right.
but whatever.
Ready? Here, let me put this in a term you understand. Ready? We've got Salah, do, 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 do. Oh, Mane, do, 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 do. And Bobby Firmino. But we sold Coutinho and have 2 points left over.
Thank you for wasting everybody's time. Come June 1, I'm going to bury my head in the sand because if he wins, if Liverpool wins, I'm never going to hear the end of it from this idiot. And if Tottenham wins, oh my God, I'm going to like jump off a cliff or something. Good Lord.
I hope Tottenham wins now.
You really, as a Liverpool fan, you hope Tottenham wins?
So you jump off a cliff.
You hope
Blasphemy.
Hold on. Can we send that out to the Liverpool fans of Austin that Mason, a Liverpool fan, wants Tottenham to win? It's
they
on
gotta
the mic.
hear you talk first, and then
that's on
they'll
the mic.
understand why I want you to jump off a cliff.
That's on the mic. He said it. It's on the mic. So Mason has the worst front 3. So Trav, what
they're
would
in a
you-
Champions League final.
Mason has the worst front 3. So Trav, who would you take?
I'm gonna take obviously Ronaldo out left.
Yeah, go on, big man.
I'm gonna throw Salah in there,
Good man.
and then
Pandering.
I want to put Aubameyang out right.
Really?
Yeah.
So Salah playing down the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Salah's gonna wait. Hold on. You
know.
have Ronaldo.
They're
Aubameyang,
all gonna move
and
around.
Salah, and you're gonna play Salah down the
fluid,
middle.
It's a fluid front 3. He's got Paxton Pomacall at the 9, Tim Way on the left.
Don't
What
forget Tommy
in the-
Thompson.
Oh, don't talk about
Tom
that.
Tom.
Makes me sad.
Se habla español.
Oh my God. You're gonna play.
Travis was like, oh, you're taking Mbappe and 2.
Why would you not take
I'm
Mbappe?
taking Mbappe and 2 traffic cones because it's a sport.
Mbappe is like one of the best players on this list.
You're
so
gonna take
stupid.
Mbappe, Mane, and somebody else.
Mbappe is better than all 3 of your players.
Doubt it.
He is. It's a
Hey, hold on.
fact.
Question for you. Is he in the Champions League final? Oh, I didn't think so. I didn't think he was. Thanks.
Apparently, Mason just makes up things, and he's like, "Oh, this is what
That's a-
this
that's-
is
that is
this,
a-
this is what classifies
But-
if a player's good or
But
not."
that's a fact. He's not in the Champions League final. That's a fact, right?
So
Am
that
I
means
wrong?
he's not. So you would not take him at Liverpool, and if Liverpool bought him tomorrow, does he start? Yes or no?
He'd have to beat out Sadio.
You're an idiot. You are the dumbest human being I've ever met in my entire life.
Must not have
If
met a lot of people. Must not have looked in a
if
mirror.
Liverpool buys Mbappe tomorrow, Trav, does he start in that lineup?
The sole purpose of buying him doesn't guarantee him a starting spot. He has to.
What is wrong with
He
you,
has.
idiot?
He has to.
He's
earn,
got to beat out Sadio.
Yeah, he's got to earn it on the training pitch.
God,
Somebody,
and you coach for a living.
90 men at boxtoboxradio.com. Somebody, for the love of all things, email in that these 2 are absolute morons.
If he doesn't fit the system, he doesn't fit the system.
What do you mean?
And he's the odd man out.
Of course he fits the system.
Why is it of course?
Because he presses and he's athletic. That's Liverpool's front 3. They're all athletic and they
No,
press.
they're
What do you mean?
technical
You don't
players,
press?
too.
Show it on
And
the training
Mbappe's
pitch.
not a technical
Show it
player?
on the training
Not
pitch.
as technical as Mane or
Are you
Salah
joking
or
me?
Firmino.
Are you kidding me?
I guess
You
that's up
don't
for
think
Klopp to
Mbappe's
decide.
the
So
Yeah, I'll leave it to the professional Jurgen Klopp. Even though he's not English, it means a lot to him.
You're an absolute idiot. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody in the soccer world say. If you don't think Mbappe is better technically and athletically,
Wait, I can think
than
of one
all
dumber.
three of those.
Wait, I can think of a dumber
What
thing.
a moron.
Here's a dumber thing.
Why do you pay him, Chris?
I
I don't understand.
Wait.
Why
I've
do
heard-
you pay him?
I've
on,
heard
Mason.
something dumber. One time, I don't remember where I heard it, but somebody said that you can only coach a national team if you're from there. So that was pretty
Why
dumb.
do you pay him? He's just a waste of oxygen. We should just kill him off. He should not be allowed to procreate.
He's not the Game of Thrones writer. He's not going to kill me off.
Golly, Hannah Bruce,
This
if
is
you
an
can
instant
hear
classic.
me, I'm so sorry that you have to
You can find the
deal
replay on ESPN Classic
with this
tomorrow at
idiot.
2 o'clock Eastern.
It's going to be like the 90 and 30 like replays. It's going to be all the
Hannah Bruce, if you can hear me, I'm so sorry you have to deal with this moron.
She picked the right brother. That's all I'm saying.
This, Chris, we're gonna have a talk after the show. The fact that you think he's intelligent just baffles me, Chris. You
Hey,
can laugh all you
Travis,
want. It's not funny
hey,
to me.
I have a question for you.
No,
Are you an
don't
Arsenal
get
fan?
to ask a question.
Are you an Arsenal
No,
fan?
I'm not answering your stupid question.
Oh, wait, are you an Arsenal fan?
I'm not answering your
come
stupid
on, play
question.
ball, son.
Nope, I'm not playing ball with you.
It's rhetorical.
Hey, wait, hold on. A-Day, are you an FC Dallas fan?
Yes.
Are you from Dallas?
No.
Does it mean a lot to you that you're an FC Dallas fan?
This guy is just
Yes.
taking all sorts of out of context.
You only said that so he would edit this part out.
That's right. It's
No,
a sport.
leave it in. Please leave it in.
It's a sport.
Please. This idiot deserves to be cussed at.
It's a sport, but only if you're the same nationality as the team that you're coaching.
Oh,
We're,
my
we're
God.
going to get the E icon next to our podcast now.
Explicit. We broke him.
Somebody break into producer Chris's kitchen and shoot me in the face, please.
Travis, we still have not heard
Please.
your front three.
I'm gonna take Mbappe, obviously, because he's one of the best
Take
players
Mbappe.
in the world. I am also gonna take Hazard
Okay.
for 3 points, and I will take Mane because I think Mane's good.
Isn't that 11 points? Or is Mbappe
I'm
4
sorry.
points?
What's 4 plus 3, Mason? Please tell me. What is it?
Well,
What is it, Professor? Tell me.
Mbappe should be up there instead of Neymar, if we're being honest.
Oh, wow. He thinks Mbappe's good now.
I didn't say he was bad,
Wow.
but anytime a new player joins a club, that doesn't mean they automatically get to start. They got to beat him out on the training
This
field.
guy's just chasing his own tail, talking in circles.
No, I'm not. That was a logical argument.
Oh, was it logical, Professor?
Indeed.
So, okay, if Cristiano Ronaldo signed for Barcelona tomorrow,
He starts every game from moment one because he's the best player in the world.
no, I disagree.
What? Oh, my.
He's got to earn it on the training pitch.
This guy would get fired from the Revolution like Brad Friedel. Oh, my.
I just want to see him
God.
crack Messi on the training pitch.
Yeah, that'd be fun to just see them play on the same team together. If Ronaldo could beat out Felipe Coutinho.
Guys, if you're listening to this, we're going to end the show now because I'm perplexed. I honestly don't know what to say to these two idiots.
Marcelo would have to beat out Johnny Nelson.
These three idiots, because producer Chris hires the other two. I'm at a loss for words. Please get on social media.
Can we have closing remarks?
Nope, no closing remarks. We're not going to do closing remarks. Nope, we're done.
That's ridiculous.
It's
This is
over.
This is a totalitarian podcast.
I think you've said enough. I'm the king of the away leg. We will not have closing remarks. Unless Trav, do you really want to say something?
I was going to say that you can play with Messi and Ronaldo on the World 11 on FIFA.
That was a waste of everyone's time. But
yeah,
thank you for
finally,
pointing
Travis
that out.
Carmichael and I agree about something.
It's a derby for the ages, the classic 11 versus World 11.
My dad, Darth, always plays this World 11, and he makes us be like Yeovil Town or something.
He still can't beat us.
He's like,
Tarn.
honey, I tied!
Made the playing game.
Yells that at our mom. It's pretty funny. Shout out to Yeovil Town.
Guys, that's it. I don't know what else to say. Please
said
come to my
plenty already.
Stop. Please come to my defense on all the social media and tell them, just please tell these idiots that they're wrong and I'm right, because I'm almost in tears. I just can't deal with
But
it.
only
Stop.
come on
No,
social
no,
media and
no,
comment on our
no,
things if you're American, because then it'll mean more to you.
No, stop talking. No. Our Twitter is at @B_radio. Our Instagram is at @box2box_radio. Facebook, box2box radio. And our email for away leg questions, or please just to send in emotional support because I need therapy, is 90min@box2boxradio.com. Thank you again for Sincerely Yours, one of the best bands in Austin, putting up with us and playing some music. Put Me In, Coach, the theme soundtrack of the away leg.
Put me in, coach, unless you coach for a different nationality. Then you can't put me in because you're not coaching for my nationality.
We are on Stitcher,
Because it doesn't mean as much.
Google Play, YouTube, and Spotify. These idiots are Travis and Mason and producer Chris. I'm the only sane one, Travis Carmichael. Thanks for putting up with our idiocracy. We will see you guys next week.